Write a narrative account analysing the events leading to the end of the British Mandate. You may use the following in your answer: the attack on the King David Hotel in 1946, the UN vote on partition in 1947. You must also use information of your own. 8 marks. Here's the mark scheme for this question, which you can find out about in more detail in the overview video. 4 marks here are available for AO2, which requires you to write an analytical narrative. In order to do that, you need to be discussing causes of the event, consequences of the event, and changes within the event. Explaining the importance of each of these and how one thing led to another is really important if you want to be analytical and score highly for this question. That brings us on to AO1, which is worth the other 4 marks, and that is for your knowledge and understanding. So you can, of course, use the stimulus points, but there are some mark ceilings in this question, which means that you can't score as highly if you don't bring in your own knowledge and show that you've got a really good understanding of the topic. These are the bands for this question, which you can also find out about more in our overview video. Have a read through and see where you think your answer might fit, then try and determine a mark. Generally speaking though, to score highly in this question, you need to analyse the links between the events that led to this particular outcome. It's not just about listing one event after another, but showing that you understand the importance of all of those things that led to this particular event. You also need to use your own knowledge to show a really good understanding of the topic. There are lots of different points you could have made when answering this question, so as long as what you say is relevant to the question and correct, the examiner will give you the marks for it. But let's take a look at some examples of points that you could have included. So one point could be about the US support for a Jewish state. So the US Senate and House of Representatives requested unrestricted Jewish immigration into Palestine. And with the USA's increasing influence over affairs, the British influence over affairs started to weaken, and it made it increasingly difficult for Britain to govern the conflicting agendas of Arabs and Jews. So you can see that we've given a base piece of evidence in our narrative, and then we've explained it in more detail and used other evidence from our own knowledge to support our argument about how that led to the next event in the narrative. And making links between those events and really explaining why things happened in the way that they did is really what they're looking for in this question. It shows that you understand the topic well and that you can make developed points to show that understanding. Take a look at the rest of the points here to see if there's anything you could have added to your answer.